Hello, it's Liz here with Stampin' on the Rock. Welcome to Lunchtime with Liz, episode 2. Yay! Here we go. All right, this is the card I'll be creating today. Love it, as it is now September 2nd, I believe. So let's get going with some fall things, although I will tell you personally, I am hanging on to summer until that very last day, just because I'm a summer girl. So hanging on to that, but let's make a fall card here. So this is what I'll be doing. So let me share with you what you'll need. I'm using cinnamon cider cardstock for the base, and again, it's just an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock cut in half. Okay, so that's the card base, is cinnamon cider. And then I'm using paper from, let's see, the pack of paper is Beauty of the Earth, and this is in the annual catalog. So Beauty of the Earth, and this measurement of designer series paper is 3 by 5 1/4. Okay, 3 by 5 1/4. And then you'll need one piece of white cardstock, 1.5 by 5 1/4. And then you'll just need a random scrap of white cardstock. There's not a particular measurement. This is what I'm going to be using to stamp and cut out this leaf right here. So just a piece of scratch, leftover white cardstock. Okay, and then I'll be using cinnamon cider ribbon. And these are some 2020 to 2022 in color enamel dots. I will say that in the current catalog, you can still get these same colors, but they're now squares. So, but it's the same, these are circles. The ones you can get in the catalog now have squares to them. Okay, so that's what we'll be using today. So again, I'll just give you these measurements real quickly. This is a half sheet of cardstock of cinnamon cider. This one here is the Beauty of the Earth designer series paper, and it is 3 by 5 1/4. This is a white piece of cardstock, 1.5 by 5 1/4. So those are your pieces that you'll need. Okay. So first I'm going to take this piece here. We're going to attach that right to your cinnamon cider base. This is the stamp and seal. Pull back, snap. And I typically just use about 1/8 of an inch on an eyeball. I do not measure it. About 1/8 of an inch border on all sides. Okay, so that's your bottom piece there. Let's pull out this piece here of the cardstock. And the ink colors that I'm going to be using today are Cajun Craze and Bumblebee. Okay, so I'm going to use Cajun Craze. And I'm stamping the words. This stamp set that I'm using today is Love of Leaves. And Love of Leaves is in the annual catalog. So the words I'm going to be using is Thought of You today. I like that one because it pretty much can be used for anything you're going to send. If you're just, thought of someone for no particular reason, or if it's a birthday, Thought of You today. So that's all I'm stamping right there. And then I can go ahead with that piece, and I'm going to attach it to my card base. And it's going to overlap the designer series paper a little bit, but again, you want to remember your 1/8 inch border around the top. It would help if it's not upside down. So I'm going to line it up with this side here, and watching the top of how far up I am. And there we have it. Okay, so that's the card so far at this point. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my leaf. I'm using the large leaf. And I'm going to be using Bumblebee. It's just kind of a fun yellow color. And let's ink that up. Okay. This stamp set, let me stamp this first, then I'll tell you. Push straight down, straight back up. Now, let me show you something with this stamp set, because this has come up. This stamp set is called Love of Leaves, and it is a distinctive stamp set. It does not say that on the case itself, but in the catalog it will say distinctive underneath the stamp set. It says distinctive stamp set underneath. What that means is you're going to have a variation in your stamping. Do you see how even in the picture here, it's not a solid color? It has varying degrees of ink splotches on there. That's the way the stamp was made. So when you go ahead and stamp it, you're not going to see a solid yellow color or a solid red color. It will look like this. Some people love it. Some people just like go, I don't like. Know that ahead of time. If that is really going to bother you, then this distinctive stamp sets are not for you. But I encourage you to give it a try. Just try something new. But I just want you to know that that's not a defect in the stamp. That's the way they're made. They're made to have a variation in the colors. So you'll see that here. I stamped the bumblebee. And you can see here where there's areas that are darker and lighter. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and use Stitched Leaves dies. And that also is in the annual catalog. See if I can pull this in here for you. Okay, I'm going to set that down on here. I think I got both plates are in here, so let's pull this one out. I'm going to put that down there, and then this will go on top. And there's a little tiny hole down here so you can line up the stem, so you're getting the stem in where you want it to be. It just takes a little bit to get that there. Okay, I don't like the way the top is. We're going to move that over slightly. Okay, there we go. And then I'll put this piece on top, and I'm going to crank that through. All right, and this is the cut and emboss machine. If you do not have one of these yet, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I'll pop this right out of here. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, and I'm just going to push this out. And there we go. And there's the leaf ready to go. Okay, and I like to have something popped up on my card most of the time. So I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Remember I told you before, dimensionals are a must-have. So if you find you're getting low on these, add them to your order. Stock up. And I'm going to take that and stick that right here. Okay, so you could just let it go right like that, but I'm going to add a little bit more to it. I'm using cinnamon cider ribbon, and all I'm going to do with this is tie a knot, okay? Just like this, wrap it around, pull, and tie a knot. And I don't want to pull it super tight, just kind of so it's snug and stay there, but don't yank on it real tightly. Okay, just like this. And then I'm going to grab the glue dots. And remember, if you purchase them from the catalog, they're going to come in a roll. When you see a flat sheet like this, it means they came from a paper pumpkin kit. The paper pumpkin kits always have leftover pieces that you can use for lots of other things. So, yeah, those are from the paper pumpkin kit if they're in a sheet like that. But either one works fine. So I'm putting a little glue dot on the back. And I'm going to put this right down here on my leaf. And we're going to grab scissors and trim that off because that is way too long. But if you cut it too short to begin with, then it's hard to make the knot. So we're going to get rid of that. Okay. So there you go. Adds a little more texture to it. I can leave it go at that, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to pull out these little gems here. And again, like I said, you can get these exact same colors. This pack right here is retired, but you can get these exact same colors. Currently, they're just in a square shape rather than round, okay? But it's fun to add just a little extra to your card. So I use the scissors to pull off the bottom. We lost that one. Every once in a while, you'll get ones that don't cooperate with you and work, but they're so inexpensive. It really is inexpensive. It's like $7, but you're getting a ton of these that if I lose one or two, it's not a huge deal. Okay, so I'm gonna put that on there. Let's see, let's add We'll add a bumblebee one. You could also use your take a pick tool. Sorry, I'm having a tough time getting these up right now. You can also use your take a pick tool, and that would work well also. I just tend to grab what's right here by me. Okay, put that on there. And let me see if I can grab another cinnamon cider one. And I'm going to grab, let's see, get underneath that. And we'll put another cinnamon cider over here. And there's my card. And we're all done. Look at that. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's it for now. And that's the end of Lunchtime with Liz for today. If you liked it, comment below, share the post with someone else. Just let me know what you think. And I'll be back with Lunchtime with Liz next Tuesday. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, remember. And that's it for now. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.